Sri Sai Ram. Welcome to the Sri Sathya Sai Loka Seva Gurukulam. Children, are you all fine? Now you can listen to my class. Now just listen here, just see here, there's a mosquito and a leech. Do you think a mosquito is better than a leech? Leeches, both of them, they suck the blood of human beings or animals. But there is a difference, a slight difference. The blood which is sucked by the leech and the mosquito is also sucking the blood. But both are not put in a bank, in a blood bank, I mean. Now another thing is that leeches are also used by the Ayurvedic doctors to suck the blood, the poisoned blood from a patient. But the mosquito is of no use. Now let us go on to the next. There's a small poem here. Please read that. The mosquito knows full well, small as he is a beast of prey. But after all, he only takes his belly full. He doesn't put my blood in the bank. So, here you can see the mosquito and the leeches. They suck the blood, but they are not putting in a bank. What is a bank? You can say blood bank is there, money bank is there. Here the blood bank, he is not giving any blood to the bank. Now see the people. Money bank is what I wanted to tell you, something about the money. Now the world is full of people who are running after money. They want to make money. They want to amass wealth. Here you can see the people running after money. Here also you can see the money. People running after money. Like that. Now the people they have got lot of desires. Desires are the cause of all troubles in this world. Because of their greed, they have the desires and they go after money. Money, when it is accumulated, they go for atrocities. And not only that, if they are not getting money, they kill each other and get the money. According to Mahatma Gandhi has said, there is enough for man for his needs in this world, but there is nothing in this world for his greed. That is what even the poet D.H. Lawrence tells us about money madness. Now this is the poem. The poet David Herbert Lawrence was a prominent 20th century English writer. He has to his credit several novels, short stories, poems, plays, essays, travelogues, and translations. He is noted for his novels, especially Sons and Lovers, The Rainbow and Women in Love. In the poem, the one which we are going to deal, in that poem, the poet perceives a materialistic perspective of his fellow human beings. He says that the human beings are after material wants, the worldly pleasures, and that is why they amass and they go after money. The poet goes on to project a future which ushers in a moneyless society. He wanted the future to be moneyless. It doesn't mean that we should not have money. It means that money is needed only for your wants. What is necessary for you should be given, not more than that. The whole world being money mad is a sum of individual people who in turn are turning insanely money oriented. They become mad and they run after money. Each individual episode of insanity makes the whole world a maze of lust of money. So they are running after money, and it is also said as lust for money. They are going after money. They are willing to sacrifice their morals even. There is no values. The values of life are lost. Nowadays you can see, open the paper, you can see everywhere the atrocities. People are just jumping into many sorts of characters. They are doing many killings, murder is there. Many sorts of cruel things are being done by the people, and it is only to get the money. You see, they are willing to sacrifice even their morals and the values for the sake of money. He laments that people are so afraid to lose whatever money they have, and they find it hard to spend on charity. You can see many people are doing many other charitable work, like in our institution also there is the Annapurna breakfast Seva is also there. You can see them, people, those who have money, they give lot of money to them, and that is how they serve the poor people the breakfast. So like that, those who have lot of money can be given to poor people for their livelihood. Even if it is £1, they feel devastated to lose it. £1 is also very difficult for a rich man to give it. So they are after money. If they get money, they will be going after money to amass it. So desires are the cause of all trouble, as I have told you. His collected works represent, among other things, that is about, I am talking now about the poet. His collected works are an extended reflection upon the dehumanizing effects of modernity and industrialization. You can see the modern world full of this type of phones, mobile phones, and they are after that. You can see, because of industrialization, people have become very rude and cruel. Now let us hear the poem, that is Money Madness by D.H. Lawrence. Money is our madness, our vast collective madness. And of course, if the multitude is mad, the individual carries his own grain of insanity around with him. I doubt if any man living hands out a pound note without a pang, and real tremor if he hands out a £10. We quail. Money makes us quail. It has got us down. We grovel before it in strange terror. And no wonder, for money has a fearful, cruel power among men. But it is not money we are so terrified of. It is the collective money madness of mankind. For mankind says with one voice, how much is he worth? Has he no money? Then let him eat dirt and go cold. And if I have no money, they will give me a little bread, and so I do not die. But they will make me eat dirt with it. I shall have to eat dirt. I shall have to eat dirt if I have no money. It is that I am frightened of. And that fear can become a delirium. It is fear of my money, mad fellow men. We must have some money to save us from eating dirt, and this is all wrong. Bread should be free, shelter should be free, fire should be free to all and anybody, all over the world. We must regain our sanity about money. Before we start killing one another about it, it's one thing or the other. Now let us take the textbook and I shall explain it. Money is our madness, our vast collective madness. Vast collective means it's a group of collection of people, and it is the thought of the people of collecting the money. And of course, if the multitude is mad, Multitude comes for the uneducated people, and they are usually, you can see, the uneducated people, they will be going about amassing the money. Not only uneducated, educated people also go after money. The individual carries his own grain of insanity around with him. Insanity is madness. Sanity means a person having good mental equilibrium. Mind will be healthy. Insanity is the opposite of sanity. I doubt if any man living hands out a pound note without a pang. And the poet says that he has a doubt if anybody gives out a pound. A pound note is the money of the United Kingdom. So he's saying that I am having a doubt whether anybody really will be happy to give £1 note without a pang, without pain in his heart. He will be always worried to give even a single pound. And real tremor, he will be trembling because he doesn't like to part with money. And real tremble if he hands out a £10 note. So £1 itself, he has a pain in his heart. Now what about the £10 note? When he parts with his £10 note, he will be trembling. We quail. Money makes us quail, means losing heart. We will be losing our heart if we are parting with money. It has got us down. It has made us worthless. We grovel before it in strange terror. And with money, in front of money, we are like the servants, like slaves. We grovel, we behave in a servile manner in front of money. So if you see money anywhere, you'll be jumping on it and you will be carrying it with you. So in front of money, you will be like a slave. You will want to take the money with you. And no wonder, for money has a fearful, cruel power among men. So among humankind, human people, human beings, money has a cruel power. Cruel power is, a cruelty is there. A power which is very cruel is there with money. But it is not money we are so terrified out. Now he says again, D.H. Lawrence tells us, it is not money we are terrified of. It is not the money that we are afraid of. It is the collective money-mindedness, that is the madness of money, is the one which we are terrified. So it is the collective money madness of mankind. People or mankind, their madness for money is what we are afraid of. For mankind says with one voice, how much is he worth? Now you can see among the human beings, even when we go to several places, people consider a rich man, and a rich man is given great position. And if we do not have money, they will ask us to just be somewhere there. A rich man is offered a high position, or in a seat is also given to a rich, a good seat is given, offered to a rich man. So there also you can see money is in the upper hand. For mankind says with one voice, how much is he worth? Means he has got a value there if he has got money. Has he no money? Then let him eat dirt. Now if he has no money, let him eat dirt. He will be having only small quantity of money, small quantity of food. That will be, some bread will be thrown at him. And not only that, some insults. People will start criticizing him and insulting him if he do not have money. Then go cold, then go and die. And if I have no money, they will give me a little bread. So I do not die. So he says, the poet says, if I have no money, they might give me some small bits of bread so that it will be keeping me alive. I will not die. But they will make me eat dirt with it. With that, they will be throwing insults on me. They'll be throwing some they'll be giving some pieces of bread just to satisfy my hunger. But at the same time, they might be criticizing me because I don't have money. I shall have to eat dirt. I shall have to eat dirt. Now again says, that is the judgment. Now people start insulting people, the other people who do not have money. If I have no money, it is that I am frightened of. If I don't have money, oh, I can't bear that. I am afraid of that. And that fear can become a delirium. And I can say that it can become a delirium. Now here you can see delirium is an acutely disturbed state of mind characterized by restlessness. Like an hysteria, a person affected with hysteria, they'll be showing some excited movements. They'll be very much angry sometimes. So that type of delirium can affect him, and that fear can become a delirium. The fear of not having money. It is fear of my money. Mad fellow man. I am having a worry about not having money. And now, again, the poet says that we must have some money. He says, again, we should have some money to save us from eating dirt, to save us from getting the small morsels from the others. It is better to have some money. Don't go like a mad person after money. Don't go after money, after desires. You might be having lot of desires, but as Gandhiji has said, there is enough. There are enough thing for man's needs in this world. There is enough for man's needs, but there is not enough for the man's greed. So, desires, he meant that desires are the cause of all troubles. And you can see, if you have got lot of desires, you will be having lot of greed, and greed makes you desirous, and then you will go after money. But the poet says that, yes, of course, you must have some money. We must have some money to save us from eating dirt, to just not to get the insults from the others. You should have some money. And that is only for your requirement. What is needed for you? Bread. You should have food. For that, you should have money, shelter, and fire also. You should cook food. Everything, that fuel is also needed for you. And this is all wrong. We must have money to save us from eating dirt. We must have some money to save us from eating dirt. And this is all wrong. Again he says, this is all wrong. Bread should be free. So he says again, you needn't have to go for the money if we get bread freely. Bread free, and shelter also should be free. Fire should be free. If these three are given freely, then why should we have money? Everything is given there freely. To all and anybody, all over the world. So the whole world should be provided with bread, free shelter, and free fire. Then nobody will be running after money. We must regain our sanity about money. So about money, we should have something in our mind, in our good, healthy mind. We should not be crazy after money before we start killing one another about it. It's one thing or the other. Before we start killing one another, that is the one thing or the other that he says. Actually, either we start thinking about worldly things, or we should start fighting with each other, or we should go on with killing each other. That should be stopped, he says, because if this is done, bread should be free, shelter should be free, and fire should be free. If these three are given, then we needn't have to fight against each other, so that we can have a healthy mind and healthy way of thoughts. Regain our sanity means to reclaim our sense of good judgment. We can have good judgment only if our mind is clear, our mind is healthy. Goodness and all other virtues that separates human from animals. Now the virtue of the difference between human beings and animals, can you tell me? It is only that they are not rational. They cannot think as we think. We have the power of thinking and doing it accordingly. If we are angry also, we can calm ourselves. We have the capability to think twice before we act. But they are not like that. Animals, when they see something, they will jump on it, on that animal, or they will be killing each other. They'll be fighting with each other. Now, this is all over. The poem is over now. The textual questions are there. Shall we discuss the textual questions? Comprehension. How do people feel when they give £1? How do people, they feel a pang of pain in their heart when they give £1. As I've told you earlier, what about £10? £10, they'll be trembling, they'll be shivering to give that because they don't like to part with money. Money has got us down could mean it has ruined us, it has made us tremulous, it has made us greedy, it has made us its slaves. Now what's the meaning of it? Money has got us down. The meaning is it has made us slaves. How are people without money usually treated? Without money usually treated? They have no money, they are treated with contempt, means hatred. Everybody will be finding fault with them and they will be throwing dirt at them. So, if you do not have money, that is also not good. What things? Because every time you will have to get the help from others. So, that is not good. What things should be made available free of cost? Bread, shelter and fire. These are the three things that should be made available free of cost. The speaker is frightened of having no money, money madness, eating dirt. The speaker, who is the speaker here? The poet. He says that he is afraid of money madness, people going after money. That he is afraid of. What happens if we do not regain our sanity about money? We will end up killing one another. So if we are not healthy in our mind, sanity, if we do not regain the sanity, sanity is the healthy mind. If we are not getting that, what will happen? We will end up killing each other. How does money trigger fear in an individual? The fact that an individual gets judged by the money he has makes him feel worthless when he has no money. In addition, though he might be given some bread to keep himself alive, along with this he is made to eat dirt. He is allowed to, there will be a lot of insults. He is made to tolerate all that the moneyed man tells him. He has to hear whatever the moneyed man tells him. He has to do the work, do that, this. The prospect of this slavish existence among money-mad people who wouldn't hesitate to kill one another for money can frighten an individual. How does an individual measure the value of another individual in terms of money? Everyone. Now you see, the question is, how does an individual measures the value of another individual in terms of money? In terms of money, how can he value the others? Everyone is obsessed with money. We know that everybody wants money. Therefore, the virtues of an individual, unfortunate enough not to possess wealth, are overlooked. Unfortunate to amass the wealth is overlooked. The only question asked is, how much an individual is worth? The expected answer is in terms of material possessions. Even if a person possesses various other talents, none of that would be recognized. Now there are a lot of talents. People might be having lot of talents, but that will not be recognized if he is not having money. That is why the speaker says that money has got us down to being slaves. And that is the reason. Now you can see, if you are very good, a talented person, and you have got first rank, you are a first rank holder for the board exam or any other university exam, or in an interview you have come out fine, first. But people will be after money. They will be sometimes giving the job to a person who has got lot of money, but no degrees as such he had procured by studying well. Here you can see, anywhere you go to many places for work, you can see if you have money, you should give the money and get the job. In Trivandrum also you can see the college teachers, college lecturers, you can see some of them, they want to get in the management quota, management colleges. They have to give lot of money. Then only you can get a job as a lecturer there. So that is what is said. Money is something, it has got a magic power. That is why the speaker says that money has got us down to being slaves, because you do not have money, and money is making us its slaves. This is because we are all slaves of money, or slaves of people with money. Those who have money, rich people, we are all the slaves. It has made us forget our self-worth and self-dignity. Self-worth and self-dignity is lost because of money. Collective madness about money affects the individuals too. How does the poem bring this out? Collective madness. The collective madness of money affects an individual because he too has his share of guilt in giving too much value to money. This is clear from the fact that no individual is able to part with money with equanimity of heart. There is no equanimity of heart in parting with the money. There are pangs and tremors every time an individual has to give 1 pound or 10 pounds. However, an individual cannot be held solely responsible for the evil of money-mindedness. He cannot escape the negative impact of the system which is money-centered. He cannot escape the negative impact. That is, only if you have money, you can get a good position in your life. That is what is said. And when money is needed even for basic necessities of life, he cannot say that he will remain free of money-mindedness. So the basic necessity is also needed for you. And he cannot say, you don't have money, I cannot have any basic necessities because I don't have money. He cannot say that. So for your requirement, for your basic necessity at least, you should have money. His whole life is a struggle to make enough money to make both ends meet. He knows that without money, he ceases to be an entity for others. Without money, he stops to have a uniformity with the others. His dread is being at the receiving end of charity that would divest him from all dignity. Now, if you take the charity from the others, they will be giving you the charity, but at the same time, behind, they will be throwing insults at you. If you go for any alms, ALMS, if you go for that, they will be always giving you. But at the same time, if you go often and if you are a young man, they will be insulting you. They will be criticizing you. They will be throwing stones at you because Being a young man, you can go and work and get the money, but you cannot have a work. You are not able to get a work and get money. He knows that some bread would be thrown at him to keep him alive, but it would be done so scornfully, hatefully, hatred, so scornfully that it is equal to eating dirt. That is what he says. What, according to the poet, might happen if people do not regain sanity about money? What solution does he offer? If the uncontrolled passion for money continues unabated, people will start killing one another. If you are not getting that, then the people will start killing each other to get the money. Primitive societies had the concept of survival of the fittest. The fitness of an individual was measured in terms of his physical superiority. Physical superiority. But that was in the olden times. But in contemporary society, now modern society, the fittest is the wealthiest, and hence everyone hankers after money. They will be going after money. When it is not easy to get money, they may even start killing one another. That is what is, according to the speaker, this problem can be addressed if the basic necessities such as fire, food and shelter are made available free of cost all over the world, irrespective of their nationality. The argument of the speaker is profound, very deep indeed. If we look at poor people in some countries dying like flies because of lack of food, then the plea of the speaker gains immense importance. So, children, I can understand that you must have understood it. Thank you very much.